welcome to another episode of pre-market analysis of Nifty, where on a chart we try to make informed guesses of where buyers and sellers are. So these are the lines we drew yesterday. This particular line we had drawn as a resistance because we had a daily close below that. Open was well below that, but looks like the buyers here are pretty strong, and the closing was like we had discussed that it was like pretty tricky closing. The average closing had been below this level, but looks like the buyers here are pretty strong. Look at the buyback that has happened from this level. So let's, as usual, delete all the lines that we drew yesterday and start from scratch. As usual, let's move on to the monthly candle. The monthly candle on a monthly time frame, Nifty is bullish. Why is it bullish? There's a low that's created in August, and there's another low that's created in April. So the one in August is higher than the one in April. So the understanding is that buyers are buying at higher levels with confidence. So the bias on a monthly time frame is bullish. Let's mark up the important levels quickly. 88 is the most important level. We're expecting big sellers to be there. Let's mark it up in thicker lines. Now going to the supports. Previous swing high is a very strong support. Let's mark it up in green. Previous swing low is the next level. And again, I repeat this hypothesis every day. These two candles could be order blocks in case Nifty decides to give a big move on the upside. Then that's when we stick to this hypothesis that Nifty is these two candles were an order block. That's approximately 25,000, the midpoint of that order block. Going over to the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, higher lows have been created. Nifty is bullish on a weekly time frame. There is an important level, an interesting level in fact, that has been previously respected, but I just like to mark it up here. That's 25,450. Moving over to the daily time frame. The daily time frame, a low was created, a lower low was created, and a high has not been taken out. So I'll just prefer to keep it not sure. It has a Nifty either has to create a higher low or a lower high for us to reach a bias. So okay, on a daily time frame, is there any interesting levels to mark up? Since there is no bias, I do not want to mark up anything. On a 4-hour time frame, the low had been taken out. At the same time, Nifty could not reach the previous high, so I still keep it not sure. An hourly time frame, it is not bearish. Has it created a higher low is the question. It has not created a higher low. So from bearish, it changes to not sure. So the progression is not from bullish to not sure, it's from bearish to not sure. So it could be a sign of reversal. We'll just wait and see. In this case, this for this up move, These two candles were the order block. Let's mark these two candles, get a midpoint, and that's where buyers will be on an intraday level, intraday time frame, in case Nifty decides to open down. That is all from my side. Once again, I am not a certified analyst. Make trades at your own risk. All this is just for education purpose. Thank you.